Hi guys, this is Miss Wilson. I wanted to give you some support for your literacy assignment for today. So remember that you need to make sure you've watched or gone through the Nearpod that includes your mini lesson for the learning strategy that we're doing today. We are using an article and going through and identifying the author's claim, and then the reasons to support the claim, and then the evidence to support the reasons. So they showed you an example of how they recorded their thoughts online or on like a Word document, which I have here to the side. They did that for text 1, which was about a caterpillar that can help break down plastics. If you want to, you could do the same thing on a piece of paper. But your assignment is a discussion post where you're going to read the second article, finding new uses for plastic that would end up in the trash. And then we're going to walk through those 3 steps that they did for text 1. We're going to do the same thing for text 2. Okay guys, so follow along as we read through the article, and then we are going to stop and add our information over here. Okay? So, start here. People use a lot of plastic. Companies make tons of it each year. Most plastic gets thrown away and some goes into the ocean. Plastic has turned into pollution. Scientists are finding bits of plastic in our tap water. People need plastic. It's important for our food packages because it keeps out dirt and germs. Doctors choose plastic for their gloves and tools. It helps keep things clean. Car makers often use plastic instead of metal. It helps cars use less gas and makes them safer. Most plastic does not get recycled. Now scientists are finding new uses for plastic that would end up in the trash. They're also finding other ways to make plastic. Things like plastic spoons are often thrown away. They might just be used once. Scientists are doing studies. They want to change how we use plastic. John Williams is a scientist. He's a leader at a company called Aquapack. They make containers that break down in the environment. This is called biodegradable. Williams said we should not just keep making more plastic. It should be used again, even if it costs more, he said. Plastic pollution costs money. It causes problems with people's health. It also hurts the environment. Williams' company made something to use instead of plastic. It's called Hydropol. It's easier to recycle. Hydropol breaks down in water and is harmless. Yu Dong is a scientist from Curtin University in Australia. He says Hydropol still needs work. Dong studies polyvinyl alcohol, the main part of Hydropol. It costs more to use than other plastic, he said. It can also have trouble if it's too hot or too cold. Using one problem to solve another. It's hard to turn plastic into something else. There's only a small amount that could be used again. Take a bathtub full of packing peanuts. They would give about 3 bowling balls worth of recyclable plastic. So sometimes scientists are using one problem to solve another. The scientists are in 2 countries, Brazil and the United Kingdom. They have made a way to cut pollution in water. The pollution comes from dyes used to color cloth and paper. The dyes can kill animals and might hurt people. The scientists use plastic to make foam blocks for cleaning. The scientists then shine a light on the mixture and they add a chemical to the mix. Think of the foam block like a kitchen sponge. Think of the chemical as the dish soap. It helps to clean up pollution. Both of them help break down pollutants in smaller parts. The parts are better for the environment. The blocks broke down almost all of the dyes, and the blocks can be used again. Scientists hope to use them in different ways. It uses a waste product to get rid of another waste product. It's kind of a win-win situation, said Erica Wanless. She's a scientist in Australia. Okay, so now let's see if we can identify one of the author's claims. So I think if I look at the title of the article and also the subtitles, I feel like we could state that the author's claim, or how the author feels about this topic, is that scientists are finding new uses for plastic that would be pollution. Okay? I think that's the whole main part of this article, is that, first of all, we're using a lot of plastic and it's not being recycled, so scientists are looking for ways to solve that problem. So a reason to support this claim is, here is one reason I know that the author is trying to help us learn that scientists are finding new ways, is this information here. John Williams is a scientist. They make containers. He works at Aquapack. They make containers that break down in the environment. And that his company is saying it should be able to be recycled. So John Williams is a scientist at Aquapack, making biodegradable plastic. Okay, that's one reason that we know. That's one example of a scientist that they talked about. And then some evidence to support that reason is so it's kind of like what is his company doing? So then we can talk about let's say Williams. The Williams company makes hydropol. It breaks down in water and is harmless. Okay. So far I've got one reason to support my claim, and then I have some evidence about my reason. Okay. So I want to see if you guys can come up with another reason to support this claim. So I would focus on scientists. So you're going to look back down through here in this next section of the article and see if you can find another example of a scientist who's finding new use for plastics, and then some evidence to support that. So let me see if this will let me. No. So I would focus right here in this section. Do you see where it starts talking about scientists again? Scientists in Brazil and the United Kingdom. They're cutting pollution in water. They use plastic to make foam blocks for cleaning. So you could say scientists in Brazil and the United Kingdom make reuse plastic to make blocks for cleaning, and then give some specific evidence of how they're doing. So you're going to look at this section right here to find another reason, another example of scientists that are finding new uses, and then some evidence that support that reason. Okay? I hope that helps you.